I'd like to welcome everyone back to the 5th annual Talladega County High School Basketball Media Day here at the Talladega County Board of Education. Next up, we have the Winterboro High School Bulldogs with head boys and girls basketball coach Sir Roderick Smith. Representing the Lady Bulldogs today, we have Tanaya Garrett and Jada Lawler. As for the boys, we have Joshua Tanner, Cameron Edwards, and Cameron Porter. Bulldogs open their season tonight at Vincent. They compete in Class 1A, Area 9.
Go ahead, make opening statement about the folks that you have here, the year you're anticipating having on both sides of the ball. Start off with a general comment.
Thank you. To my right, we have Tanaya Garrett. She's a senior. She's the only senior I have on my team. She's been playing varsity basketball with me since the 7th grade. Very integral part of our Elite Eight run about 4 years ago. Jada Lawler is a junior. She's been playing varsity basketball for about 3 years. So she's another key component to our season this year. To my far left, we have Joshua Tanner, who is a senior, point guard and shooting guard. In the middle, we have Cameron Porter, who is a senior as well, point guard and shooting guard. And to my left, we have Cameron Edwards, who's also a senior. He's a shooting guard and a 3. So they've been playing varsity basketball for roughly 2-3 years. In between, Cameron just to be Cameron's 4th year. He was actually Cameron Porter. He's in the middle, number 11 in white. So he's been a varsity player for me since his freshman year.
Schroeder, you've heard me ask most of the coaches up here today about what their thoughts are on how good basketball is in general in Talladega County. And as a whole, lately we've seen the two big programs that have won. Talladega has won. But when you think of Talladega County, how much do you think of it in terms of basketball, if at all? Do you think, and how is the gap maybe narrowed between the studs and the cover-ons?
I'm going to speak on both spectrums. Boys basketball first. For the last maybe 5 years, boys basketball has really made an edge in the state when it comes to certain things. In basketball, we've had some players come. I know Sylacauga has a prospect that probably represents the county right now. Talladega has a couple of player of the years. Our school has some guys that are competing in the categories of some of the best shooters. I'm also trying to lead a culture to recognize defensive players as well. And a lot of that is starting on Twitter. We've having some great debates about who are some of the best defenders in the state of Alabama. And I think that, without saying who, we have a few in this county on the boys basketball side. We have some players we have some exciting players as well. And you talk about 2 state champions in the same county and 1 in the adjacent county in 3 years. And, honestly, we've had to compete against those teams over the course of the years. So hopefully we can learn from those things, but boys basketball is probably going up. When I first, this is my 10th year coaching boys basketball. When I came in, it was tough. My boys team were very competitive. They had a lot of heart, but talent-wise, we just couldn't really just match up night in and night out. Now, these guys, I have 7 seniors, and now just because they're seniors don't mean they're supposed to be good. Let's get that understood. This group is a special group because I went out and got my assistant coach, Elton Ashley, and he coached these guys in the 6th grade. And I purposely did that, went out and got a Winterboro alumni to instill some things in these guys that need to be instilled from a community school aspect. So this group is a special group. Practices are a little bit different. They're coming to me about things that I think that they should, without me telling them. I think they're a little bit tired of practicing. They just want to play. And I think that we'll be able to compete against the teams, the bigger classifications. We're doing some things different. They're accepting it. So I think this has a potential to be a special group. And Isaiah Holland brought this team up as a reminder from last year. He said, "Coach, I'm still thinking about Skyline." You know, when players are telling you that at the loss from last year, that means that they have some vision ahead. Special teams are you can't make a special team; they already have to be made. It's just up to you to put it together. Girls basketball. This is our 5th annual media day. Before the 5th annual media day, girls basketball was probably stronger than boys basketball here. We had some phenomenal talent come through here at several schools. And so now girls basketball is taking a dip in talent all the way across the board. I don't know what's contributing to that. And I see across the school some of the younger talent is really probably going to get it back to where it's going to be at. You know, we really need to get the girls basketball back to where it used to be. And then hopefully, you know, the girls that I have here need to go back and take a look at the history because, you know, tonight is part of the history, number one. And then Jada saw it growing up. So for Winterboro history, she's been a part of that. And, you know, she's kind of sort of living in it right now as far as that being her last year.
So it's more than just a 3-year run that what we're talking about, that basketball's been decent in the county. You know, like if you come up to our county, up to Calhoun County, they may think of it, well, everybody's got football. You know, it's a football county. Every county's a football county. Every county's a football county, all that stuff. But you might think at some point, Cherokee County might be a basketball county. The county that runs up along Sand Mountain is probably a basketball county more than football. You know, where does like a Talladega County fit into something like we do you think about it for basketball?
The most success in Talladega County is basketball. You can look at all the successful teams and sports that have been together. Even baseball I think Childersburg won the state I don't know how many years ago in baseball. You know, baseball has their claim as well. But overall, in my opinion, basketball has a lot of successful teams in this county. Every team here has made some type of playoff, Final Four, state championship run in every school in this county that I know of, probably minus 2. Even back in the 80s, Fayetteville played basketball. They only had basketball and football down there. So, and honestly, people may not understand this, but I'm gonna hit you with an interesting fact. In March and April, all the NBA players, Sons, travel teams come through Alabama. It's been like that for the last 10 years. Alabama is extremely live on the travel ball in the AAU circuit, on Division I and Division II. So that's not talked about enough, but basketball is real hot after the season here, and it actually goes all the way into the first live period up until April. So I think that there's a lot of success and things to talk about. Childersburg was just in the Final Four about 3 or 4 years ago as well. So, you know, you want to talk about basketball, you know, we have it here.
Good. And I just have 2 other things. An easy one. I saw when you had sent me the schedule that you're opening a new gym or you're getting a new gym. What can you help me with that and what that means for your program and how exciting that is? Kind of give it a particulars on that.
Well, the community of Winterboro, I don't know whose idea was to get into school there, but they voted, and you know, we was able to build a new school. They're building right now. It's going to be ready roughly in about a month. I think we'll be able to get in the gym in probably January. It's a very beautiful school, landscape. Been able to go on a few visits and tours in there. I like the gym layout. The gym is actually bigger. The floor is longer. So I'm just blessed to be in a county where they did take a lot of things that I said into consideration.
And you're opening at the TC.
We're going to open it against our rival, Talladega County Central, on Friday, January 10th, 2020. So that's going to be our first game in our brand new gym.
And then the last thing for me, you are, and I think this is right, because with the ASD coming in next, I don't know, but I think you're the only coach in the county that does both boys and girls. For all the folks that have been up here, I think that's right.
Yes.
In Calhoun County, we've got 2, Donahoe and Ohatchee. so it's a rarity. How do you handle the challenges and not the conflicts, but it's a rare thing to do, and you try to devote as much time to both equally. How do you handle it?
It only becomes difficult when both teams demand success. When both teams demand success, you have to give them equal success. If one team is not showing that they really want to do it, that's just nature. You're going to focus on the team that wants to do it. But I plan to give equal time to both. Now, these guys play football, all right? So when I set my schedule, it really goes to the girls first. This is one of the reasons why we never start early. So I have the girls on the very first day of practice, and I coach volleyball this year too.
Right.
And they went to the regional tournament. But we still had girls basketball practice. So planning is everything. Your administration has to help. They have to give you that opportunity to plan for those things. Along with scouting, class time, I think our enrollment went up a little bit. And then there's a demand in the classroom from certain years. So you have to have that assistance from your administration to help you understand that, planning is key.
Do you like doing both? And how much do you enjoy doing both?
My high school.
Without making somebody feel bad if you say something that I don't like doing.
Let's see here. I got to go back and think. I've really never had, I think the second year, because the girls when I first took over, I won 3 games the first year, 9 the second year, 16 my third year. When I took over the boys, we only won 9, 10, 8. So around the 4th year, when the boys started getting good, that's when the girls started getting jealous. Because now I had to give them just as much attention as the boys. So now that was the only jealous year that I went, but we both were good. Both the boys and girls were, probably like 18, 20 something wins. And that's a great thing. So I really get the best of both worlds. My high school coach coached both of us, and he did a great job with that. So that's really all I've seen growing up.
And the last thing on that issue, when Chris Randall did it at White Plains,
yes.
His only issue was between games where he couldn't spend as much time with the girls to say, good job, this is what we need to do, because he had to hustle back up and do the boys, right away. So there wasn't a lot of post-game time. Do you find that that's a problem or a concern, or obviously you wish you had more time, where you handle an assistant handle that part of it, and then you do all the rest?
Yes, my assistant, Coach Ashley Elson, he handles the majority of that. And then it's good to have players sometimes with certain maturity as these guys have. They're pretty much doing their thing in the locker room because they have the scout report, they have the game plan, they're going over everything before I get there. And majority of the time, I don't even talk to them until right before the game starts. Not on purpose, but that's kind of how things go. So I trust my assistant. You have to have great assistants in this day and time to get the guys ready.
And like they've been saying on this impeachment thing, I yield the rest of my time to
Coach Smith, just talk about what your expectations are both for the girls and the boys this upcoming season.
Wow. My expectation for the girls is we have to stop and look at where have we came from to where we're going. If we're not going in the same direction that our program and history has been in the past 9 years, then we need to do something different. The only difference in the last 9 years is them, because I've been here. And so I want our girls, because we had a pretty solid summer. Brianna Jackson was very committed this summer. Kaya Brown really became more coachable, and she's just a freshman. And we're gonna see some outstanding things from her. Just young, raw talent, and some of the things that we've been asking her to do. So my expectation for these girls is, the Talladega County Central has been owning us. In some years, that hasn't been the case. We're gonna have to learn how to compete. Stop losing by 30-some points every time we win. Every time we play them. That's the first expectation. Then Raglan gave us some problems last year. They didn't have one junior or senior on their team. So the expectation this year is an opportunity to get to the area championship game again, compete against Talladega County Central. And then I think some of our girls have forgot that we played Spring Garden last year, because I hadn't heard them mention that. And so that should be the key right there. If we cross with them again, we're going to have to run into them again. And so, but if not, then because we have a small, we only got 8 varsity players, and we have some talent to compete, but they're going to need to step it up, and somebody's going to have to say, hey, listen, we need to do this because I don't want to graduate, or I don't want to play this year, next year, and have all these issues where I'm regretting what I didn't do. And we're trying to get past it at Winterboro. Let's stop regretting everything. Why do you have to go through something bad to realize what you had then? Well, it's too late. So my expectation on the boys, remember what happened in Skyline. Take practice very seriously. Treat practice like games. You can't begin to even think about winning your area, winning the county, winning the regional tournament, or even winning the Final Four championship game unless you start winning the little things that count, the daily things, the body language, the discipline. I'm super big on discipline. And so when you take care of these things, you have to really believe that you can compete with anybody. And never overlook anybody. Raglan gave us a problem as well. We was in a 3-way tie last year. Some people try to impose on us that we're supposed to, this is our year. Well, we have to do several things to put us in position before that even start happening. So my expectation is we got to take care of us, want to compete. We opened up with Benson. An extremely good team. They beat Childersburg by 17 the other night. Very impressive win. And it's been a rivalry for us as well. A smaller rivalry, but it's a game that's full of atmosphere. That's a great atmosphere at Benson. And so I think these guys are ready to play. And so my expectation is really, what do they want it to be? That's my expectation. I'm gonna put it on them.
Coach, I told you a lot of times, I've asked you if you ever get any sleep, because you do so much with the girls and boys with basketball, and then you picked up volleyball. How difficult was it after that Skyline loss last year, it being so close, and the ticky-tack should have been called out again? Because that one guy, it was one guy killing the team. If that one guy had been put out, y'all probably would have won the second round or that tournament.
Well, with the Skyline game, they really out-rebounded us. We didn't shoot the ball well, and it was just a really slow, dragging defensive game. We turned it up a little bit, and then that was really the key. They really out-rebounded us. The guy that hit the shot, he only had 6 points. He had a 3 before the second quarter and a 3 at the end of the game. And honestly, somebody really had to win the game. And now Chance Andrew came in and gave us a real big spark. And that was just one of those games right there, because the championship game between Skyline and Spring Garden was 47-40, 47-44. So that was another 3-point game. It just came down to defense. And so the things that we're trying to do this year, I want the guys to keep that in their mind when they're playing any and everybody. And I want these guys, they need to want to play who's supposed to be the best. That's what we want, because this is what we bring to the table, and this is what we're going to do to you. So this is the type of attitude that I want these guys to have. And, seniors, this is your last media day. This is basically your last of everything this year. So I hope, I just hope they keep that in the front of their mind that, hey, we lost this game, that we feel like that if we did some things differently, the outcome would have been different.
And at the beginning of the football season, you had Cam Horner had a shoulder injury. Where exactly is he at in the progress of recovery, and when will he be available for game action?
Let's see here. He hasn't been cleared yet. He just came to practice really the other day, just with any type of contact. So that's the status with that. So I kind of sort of expect him to be here probably mid-December. only because when you're dealing with injuries, you know, I'm not a selfish coach. This is why we have, you know, we only have 10 players on our team. And, you know, we're going to try to make sure that we have everybody ready. So when Cameron comes back, you know, at 90, 100%, then we'll be fine. So we just got to invest into the other players. Cameron Edwards didn't play with us this summer. So it's kind of sort of the same scenario in reverse.
And how much has Cam improved during off Cameron Edwards? You said that even though he had a foot injury, he was still able to do some things, still work on some stuff, particularly with his shot. And you had a lot of very positive things that you said during the summer about Cam Edwards. Kind of tell me how his summer was.
I think Cameron Edwards made the improvements in driving on the shot fake as well. I think he's added that to his game. His basketball IQ is really extremely high. One of the most intelligent kids that I've had. Because sometimes he knows the game plan as I'm speaking it out, and all he has to do is just basically ask me one question, and he just really gets it. So that's one of the things that he's made progression in. Defense, he plays smart defense as well. So if he has to defend a player that's faster than him, he's smart enough to know, hey, I just got to go with angles. It's not necessarily just being all aggressive on him. If I beat him to where he's trying to go, then I'm there. If I contest the shot that he wants to contest, I contest it. If I need to box him out, I need to box him out. So these are the improvements that I've seen Cameron Edwards make.
One of your guys that graduated last year from last year's team gave y'all a good bit of size inside, Niles Ashley. But I think you got both those Dandridge kids are in. They're pretty tall kids too. So how does that help as far as the inside game, having your guys who's like 6'4" close to it?
Brandon Dandridge is roughly about 6'3", probably have about a 6'10" wingspan, extremely long arms. Chance Dandridge is a sophomore. He's not big though, he just, you know, has long arms. So now, height-wise, you know, we don't have a lot of height. We started out with 3 guys from this summer that are no longer with us. And so you got Isaiah Holland, Marquez Curry, and Broken Ham. They're real strong guys. And so honestly, what they're going to do for us defensively is be more of a physical presence on the post. And so we just got to alter some things a little bit, but hopefully with our guard play, it really won't be determined too much on the post. Because you know we're a man team, but you know those guys that I mentioned, you know they're not afraid to defend the post and 18-foot area, 24-foot area.
With such a small roster size, both on the boys and girls side, how much emphasis has to be put on discipline and making sure you don't foul out and kind of keep that in line?
Brandon Dandridge is the only one I'm concerned about when it comes to fouls. And he did a better job. He did a great job this summer. He didn't do a good job last year. I don't know what he was thinking about sometimes. You know, he would foul and everybody on the team would tell him, yeah, he fouled. And, you know, but I think he has a great understanding this year because he's a good shot blocker. He can alter some shots and he can handle the ball just a little bit as well. So Brandon may be, he's progressing those areas as well.
For the boys on the team, just talk about where you want to go this season after having that tough, heartbreaking loss last year in the playoffs for the regional tournament. That was, I remember the post-game press conference for that. It was awful, and I felt bad for you guys. Like y'all worked your tails off. Just talk about that mindset going into this season.
We use it as fuel. So we use it as fuel to go into next season because of a heartbreaking loss, and we had bigger expectations before the loss.
I just use it as motivation because I know we messed up a lot of places, and we can fix it.
just think of it as it's my last year. I want to go out with something I know I can go out with. I want to make it remarkable and make history.
And Coach Smith, talk about the area play and what you're going to need to be able to maintain that track record of getting the area title on the boys' side and push TC Central on the girls' side, because they got it, like, that rivalry is with the talent they got up there on that girls' team on TC that's a challenge in itself.
Yes, it is, and I believe they've won roughly 3 in a row. And so the thing is, our players have got to, they really got to care about the rivalry. And they have to put in the work in practice, film. They have to do it, because if they don't, it's just going to be business as usual for Talladega County Central. And, if we continue that way, that's not the way that I'm used to. I'm used to having girls teams that, hey, when we play TC, I have to get my girls pep talk just to make sure that they don't want about things. But I'm not used to. Now, I'm not gonna say that. When I first came in, how they're doing this now is how they used to do when I came in. And so it'll be nice to get back to a competitive balance with them on the boards. The thing we have to do is we have to take care of, we have to win on the road. We have to win on the road. We have to understand that we're not going to blame referees for anything. Let's remove that factor right there. You have to play extremely smart, stay out of foul trouble, and do the things that we do. So after you take care of home, take care of the road wins, then you have to take care of home. That's one goal, is always to host the area tournament. That is a goal that we set every year. Now, as TC said, Coach Garrett said the other day, today, they haven't necessarily been in our favor sometimes. We won it. We lost the area tournament, lost the regular season in 2017, 2016, and then won over there. We won 2017, and then they beat us at Winterboro. Then last year, lost the coin toss, and then won the area tournament there. So, we don't know what's going to happen this year, but we've set some goals for that. So that's what we have to do, and understand that even Victory Christian gave us a game as well when we played over there. And I think Cameron Edwards talked to me about a team last year that, because we beat this team by such and such. But then when it came to our match, we really didn't take them seriously. You can't do that. Even ASD, we played them in a scrimmage, and I can tell you they've extremely gotten better. And being here for 12 years, I remember when ASD was ranked number 5 and number 6 in the state of Alabama. I can remember all of that. So these things come as a flashback sometimes when I see those schools doing those things again. So we just cannot take nobody lightly, nobody.
And for the girls, for Tanaya and Jada, what is it going to take for you to get the girls back to where they used to be in terms of program success and being able to get that, like for you, it being your last year, how big would it be for you to be able to help them get back on the right track before you move on and hand off the reins to the next person?
Just start working on our team chemistry and stuff. Having younger people on the team, we just start building up.
Same question for you.
You can ask that again.
What's it going to take for you as a player to help get the program back to its winning ways as far as being able to win an area title and do those sort of things?
Help the younger players and get better as a team and come together as a team.
Have any of the players been in or seen a new gym yet, even before you had been practicing or done? Have you, any other boys, girls, anybody?
That's not. You guys have you seen a new gym?
Yeah, have they seen it? Have they seen anything from the they ain't been in it because the school probably ain't open yet. Or you can't go in until we play for the first time.
I haven't quite got there yet. I think these guys, they're pretty excited about having a new gym as well.
Is that true? You pretty excited about that? Tell me why. For sure, I'll be playing it.
Yeah, we kind of need it.
You kind of need it. That's as honest as you can be. I mean, that's great. You know? How about the girls? Have you seen? You excited to get in it?
I'll send you a surprise.
You want to be surprised? That's the most honest answer today. I I looked past school when I've driven by the road, but I haven't seen the new one or what. I mean, how necessary is it? Really small where you all play now? Probably going to give you a lot more room to.
Yeah, it's just gonna give us more room, like for fans to sit down and stuff like that, instead of like having people like stand on the wall. It's just gonna be amazing to see us having a new gym. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that want to come and watch us play and see how the gym looks and stuff like that.
So I've never seen the old school before. I've seen that.
Yeah, we have a big historic school. I believe it was built in 1914 or 1919, and from what I heard, the rock was brought in by farmers in the area, so they used that to build the school.
Does it still have beach baskets on it? That's how old the gym is?
Well, it wasn't that gym. They played in the auditorium. The auditorium was the gym back in from 1919 all the way to 1967. So the gym, I think the gym was erected in 1967, 68. And so, now that gym that we're in now has been through several changes. So the county put in heat and air. I remember when it only had just a vent at the top, and this was just suck the air out. We went through 3 different gym floors. The county also made some alterations in the gym. In the locker rooms with heat and air in the locker rooms. So those additions have been pretty well, and we honestly try to keep the gym up to date as possible. So hopefully we'll be able to have that as a function. The old gym still be as functional. Yes. So I discussed with our principals different type of ideas that he wants to do with the old gym. So, but we're gonna still play in it all the way up until January we have a game on January the 4th against Northern Southern, January 3rd on that Friday. And so the last game will be January 4th in the old gym, and that's on a Saturday at 12 p.m.
And then the TC game is when?
It's on Friday, January 10th.
Okay. Now, will you use the old gym for just for old time's sake, playing somebody that you may not get a big crowd for, or just
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.